to week 14 of Sunday Night Foodball. Tonight we've got the Miami Dolphins against the Los Angeles Chargers. For Miami, we're going to do some Gulf caught tuna, nice little seafood to go with a coastal city. And for Los Angeles, we're going to do some tacos. So I'll get some beef cooked up, made into strips, and made into tacos. So the first thing we're going to do for our tacos today is get the meat marinated. So I've got about 1.5 pounds of flank steak here. I cut it through the middle to create 2 separate ones so that they're a little bit thinner. That's just going to create more surface area so the marinade has more chance to go to work on it. Now, I'm just going to get these thrown in the bag. You can do quite a bit of different stuff with your marinades here, but this is what I'm going to be doing for today. So I've got some fresh cut cilantro, 1 lime cut into parts so I can juice it, and then a taco seasoning mix here. Chili powder and cumin are going to be the main things, with some paprika, garlic, onion, salt, pepper, all that mixed in too. I'm just going to get all that into the bag, get this done a couple hours before I intend to throw it on the grill. That way all those flavors are really going to settle in there, and it's going to get that nice strong taco flavor that you're going for. So I'm going to get that all in the bag and give it time to go to work. Once it's all in the bag, you've got it worked around a little bit so that it's more evenly distributed. You want to get it back in the fridge. And I'm going to keep bringing it out about every 30 minutes to an hour, moving it around again, tossing things around, keeping that seasoning dispersed throughout the entire thing. That way there's not just going to be one big pocket of flavor. I'm trying to get that across all the surfaces of the meat, so it's going to have more opportunities to get nice strong flavor all the way through. For Miami, we've got a couple of Gulf caught tuna steaks here. These are really delicious, really simple pieces of fish to work with. The biggest thing you want to do is keep it simple so that you don't mess it up. You want to really just enjoy the natural flavor of the fish, the natural texture, not really doing too much to get away from that. So all I'm going to do with these is get a little bit of soy sauce on the flat sides here, and then throw them on the grill. Going full temperature there. And the soy sauce isn't even so much for flavor, it's mostly just to help the outsides there get a good sear. So I'm mostly just trying to make sure that as I throw this onto the grill grates, that they're going to really kind of caramelize that outside and get that nice sear that you want on the outside. So I'm just going to put a little bit on all of these flat surfaces, and then I'm just going to have it on the grill until I've got pretty much a rare on the inside. With good tuna like this, you don't need to get it up super hot. You don't need to have it well done all the way through. Just kind of like a good quality beef steak. Kind of like having it a little bit on the undercooked side on the inside. Really get those natural flavors all the way through. And right alongside those tuna steaks, we're going to be grilling our flank steaks. So they've been in the marinade here for about 4 hours now. I've been tossing them and turning them every 30 minutes or an hour or so, just to make sure that that gets all the surfaces coated nice and evenly. And they've all got a lot of color to it now. Doesn't look the most appetizing right at this moment, but all that color, all that seasoning on there, that's going to give it that nice taco seasoning, that taco flavor that we're going for. So I've got the charcoals warming up now. They'll be up to temperature here in just the next couple minutes. As soon as it's all the way ready, charcoals are all ashed over, I'm going to throw all of this on at once. I'm going to be cooking everything probably just about 3 minutes per side on the tuna, right up until I got a good sear on the outside, and then the inside still a little bit on the rare side. the flank steak, probably going about that same time. Since these are nice thin pieces, it's not going to come out rare on the inside. It's going to cook pretty evenly through there, but I want to make sure it's got a good sear all the way around, that all those edges get nice and toasty. Flank steak's been on the grill for about 7 minutes total, about 3.5 minutes on each side. It'll be time to start cutting into it here. So I'm just going to go against the grain, cutting this into thin strips, and still a little rare on the inside, which is just fine. Got the outside nice and seared, good flavor. And then once I've got it cut into strips, I'm going to go back in and cut those into smaller bits so that they fit nicely into our tacos. Just right against the grain here so that the chewing will be nice and easy. So got it into strips here. Now just come back through, cut down into kind of bite-sized pieces. And it will be ready for our tacos. Tuna's done on the grill also. It went for about 4 minutes on each side, so in total about 8 minutes cooking. This one got a little bit more heat just where it was positioned on the grill. So I'm just going to cut into this one just to show what that should look like once it's done. You can see still more pink on the inside, and it can even be more on the red. This is actually a little bit more done than it needs to be, but you can still have that pink, even a little bit of red showing through there. As long as it's reasonably fresh fish, that's going to be just fine. Tuna, really, really good on the rare side. Now, we've got our tuna steaks done. We've got our taco meat ready, and all of our other stuff for the tacos. And we got the little corn tortillas there warmed up on the stove. So it's time to put everything together. Ready for a big meal. Thank you for watching this Week 14 edition of Sunday Night Foodball. Again, featuring the Miami Dolphins, represented by some tuna steaks, and the Los Angeles Chargers, represented by some tacos. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks, as always, to my lovely wife, Evilise, for doing the recording, editing, everything like that. And feel free to like, share, subscribe, anything you can do. We would greatly appreciate it. See you next week.